This is Abe Friedtanzer from Awards Buzz, and I'm very excited to be speaking with Sheila Carrasco from Ghosts. How are you, Sheila?
I'm so great. How are you?
Good, good. I'm excited to be talking to you just because it's you, but also because you are the last member of the Ghost Ensemble that I had yet to speak to. So I'm happy to finally be speaking with you.
Yes, I'm rounding it all out for you now. Yeah.
It's also a good thing because I was worried, as I'm sure most people were, when a few episodes into this season, we thought that you had been unceremoniously dismissed from the show.
Yeah. Yeah. It was wild. The reaction was really nice, really awesome. But secretly, I knew the whole time that I was coming back. And yeah, we found out Flower was in the well.
We missed you for a few episodes, but it was a pretty memorable return once we had that episode. And someone who is not known for following directions well or remembering things to have to listen to some very careful instructions on how to save herself.
I know. I know. It was really nice of Pete to think that maybe she could follow the directions and make her way back to the house in the dirt, but that was never going to happen. So thankfully, Hetty saved her the way that she did. And otherwise, I don't think Flower could have gotten out. It was really cool to watch the process unfold of how they were going to get her out and just expand the ghost's mythology and all the rules and how they can go through walls but not floor and all of that. So it was a really, really cool episode for that as well. Just kind of expanding it. Yeah.
Seems like Flower has to be a lot of fun to play. What do you like most about her?
Oh, I love that she loves love and that she just loves everyone in the house so much. But what's really fun to play for me is kind of the opposite moments, when she has a lot of conviction and when she's, for example, when she was really offended that Nancy wasn't invited to the wedding and when she hates rudeness, when she stands up for people. I like knowing finding out what buttons to press on Flower really, sets her off. That's really fun.
We also enjoy the flashbacks, that we didn't really see much of that this season. What do you
Yeah.
still want to know about Flower's backstory? What do you think she's still not hiding because she doesn't necessarily remember it, but what do we still want to find out that she probably doesn't remember either?
Yeah, there's so much, there's so much that could be true about Flower that if you told me, I'd go, oh, yeah, Flower did go to the moon. That makes sense. She had such a crazy life that we still don't know a lot about. I'd like to know why she went off to the commune and the cult. What was pushing her that direction or what was she running towards. I think knowing what she was specializing in law school. What did she want to do to change the world before she died? Because I think she aspired to help change the world. She was of that time. And just knowing more about her family, where she came from. Were they super conservative? Were they like a creepy family band? Yeah, more about the Monteros for sure. Um, but just going back to your last question, I love that Flower in this way, Flower is such a wild card, and she's such an agent of chaos in the house. She could lock someone in the vault without knowing, or she could pretend that she doesn't remember her date with Thorfinn, like have selective memory when it suits her. So I think she's just a really fun character because there's so many surprising things about her that kind of the world is her oyster a little bit.
Her relationship with Orphan has really been a treat to watch just because of how he's trying so hard and failing so much, but still with her, it doesn't necessarily matter. And I also liked how they both, had to argue that somehow they should attend the wedding, even though they were trying to stand strong and that, they wouldn't go because Nancy wasn't invited.
Right. Yeah. Because secretly they just really wanted to be together. And Flower, like, she hated that he treated Nancy like that. So she was standing her ground. But at the end of the day, they just want to be together. And I loved how they were both in the basement, like, yeah, yeah, we're gonna go check things out. Peace. We'll be back. Nope. No, they won't.
I feel like most of the actors in the show do get a chance to interact a lot, but I feel like maybe Flower not as much as everyone else. I feel like you really get to share screen time with everyone.
Oh, I was just talking with some of the writers today about how Ramona and I realized that Flower and Sasapis haven't had any scenes together yet. Maybe we've said a couple things in passing to each other, or like had some like peanut gallery asides to each other, but we've never really had a scene together. And yeah, I think that relationship has yet to be explored. So I'm excited to find out what that could be. I really don't know. I think they like each other. Wouldn't it be fun if they didn't? Um, and in general, I think that like Trevor and Flower have had a couple good connections. I always want more fun with my girls, with Alberta and Hetty. Um, but really like I think any combination of any of the ghosts, you're always going to find something new, especially when we start doing scenes where there's like a different three-person scene combination, because we definitely haven't explored all the options with that and how the dynamics shift. Who's the smartest one in the room now changes, and sometimes it's Flower. So yeah, there's a lot more to explore for sure.
What is it like acting around Utkarsh?
Oh, really fun. I like to mess with him because he can't see us. So um I always know when he can see like a face I'm making at him and he's kind of like nodding to Sam, like, I hear what you're saying, but he's going like Sheila stuff. Um, no, he's the best. He does such a great job at being a part of the scene, but not being able to really be a part of the scene. And he's made that as such a lovable nuance to Jay and such a funny quirk that like Jay accepts he can't hear he can't know everything. He just can't know everything, but he's gonna know what he can know through Sam. And otherwise he's just gonna look at his phone and you know gets through the day. Sorry if you can hear my baby, by the way. She's going down for a nap.
Totally fine, totally fine. I have a 1-year-old myself, so I
Thank
I get it.
you. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. You too.
Congrats for
So,
finding time for a Zoom today.
what is it like working with Rose McIver?
Amazing. The best. She's incredible. Both her and Utkarsh. They're just like the best, leaders of the group you could ask for. Rose is she's such a hard worker because she's such a great actress, but when you watch someone on TV in a show that you like, you don't always know all the work that goes into it. And it's easy to take that for granted. And so watching Rose work and come to work every day and just be so professional and such a wonderful light for everyone, truly, and the cast and the crew. And she's there really the longest hours, and you'd never know it. She has so much energy and really, I think, loves the craft of acting. So it's really inspiring. And she's just really funny.
How do you enjoy wearing the same costume every episode? Are you happy with what originally was? You wish things had been a little different at the start?
I think I'm really happy because I'm really comfortable. And when you wear the same costume all day long every day, that kind of becomes the most important thing. I get to wear Birkenstocks, so I feel so lucky. Oh my gosh. Um, I in the winter time, I wish I was wearing pants and a jacket when we shoot anything exterior, remotely cold. We're in Canada, so by October it gets pretty cold. But in the summertime, I'm happy. I'm in a skirt and a crochet top. So
A lot of people, I think this will be the first time that they've really seen you in a show, and I'm sure they enjoy your performance. Are there other roles of yours that you're very proud of that people should seek out if they want to see more Sheila?
oh, I used to do sketch comedy for years and I loved it so much. I loved character work and really transforming and I just because I'm a theater person, it was like best of both worlds for me in the comedy world plus a little bit of theater. So I have a lot of like old videos that I love, although performing, there's nothing like performing live. So honestly, I'd say if I ever get to do another live show anytime soon, whether it be theater or, wearing a silly wig doing sketch, I'd love for people to come see that because that's really my happy place. Yeah, I have a one woman show too that I did during the pandemic with my theater company that was really awesome. And we might re release it. So if we do, I'll definitely let people know because I think it's a good, I'm really proud of it. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned a baby, so I don't know how much time you have to watch other stuff, but I always like to ask people if there's a show or performance you've seen recently that you feel is particularly awards worthy. That's our thing here at Awards Buzz.
Oh, oh wow. That's a great question. I'm watching Only Murders in the Building. I finally got into it. Took me forever. Not to get into it, but to get to it. Um, season 3, I'm like halfway through. I know I think he gets nominated every year anyway, but Martin Short is so good. All of them are. But Martin Short, season 3, there was something he did in like episode 2 or 3 that just like took my breath away. I'm like, Martin Short's a dramatic actor and he's like powerful. I've always just been such a fan of him comedically, but man, this guy, he's pretty good. He's going somewhere.
You ever seen the show Damages?
I haven't.
He was in season 3, and it was like a fully dramatic, like sort of villain-ish type role, and it's very, very good. He got nominated for that also, but it's just like that's a
Ooh.
very good showcase of his surprisingly dramatic work.
Why is he not? He like needs to be in an Oscar, worthy movie and win an Oscar or something because he's really good.
Perfect, yeah.
Watch, guys.
Well, as I'm sure more Ghosts is coming up soon. Is there anything else you're working on besides that at the moment?
Right now, I'm working on starting solids with my 6-month-old. That's my big project right now. Um, and I have a couple things down in the pipeline that I'm excited about. I've got some things that I'm writing, and I have something I'm trying to make with a friend. And I can't say more than that right now, but hopefully you'll see them one day. Yeah.
I wish you plenty of luck with the solids and with those other projects.
Yeah, if you have
And
any advice on that, let me know.
we've been doing baby led weaning. It's
Yeah.
going pretty well. It's not always clean, but it's a fun experience.
It's not, I don't think it's clean any way you do it. I mean, we're
That's,
trying to start with some purees. Um, hmm, it's a full-time job for sure.
I'm sure it'll be great. It was really such a pleasure to finally speak with you, Sheila, and I hope to do it again sometime soon.
So nice to talk to you, Abe.